Philly Fingers here, and today I'll be doing a review of the JFlowers JF-BK2 brake cue. This brake cue, as seen on their website, is 19 ounces in weight, has a phenolic tip that's 13.8 millimeters, and it has a carbon fiber shaft. It retails for $352, but keep in mind if you use the promo code Philly, you can get 10% off. Now let's head to the table and try this one out. With any new cue, the first thing I want to do is test the deflection. So first, with this carbon fiber shaft, I want to see how it responds. I do a first straight in head shot. Perfect, right back to the tip. So now let's test the deflection. So I'm going to try going to the extreme left and to the extreme right. So I'm going to the very outer edge of the ball. So I try with the extreme left first. And as you see, in this case, there is some deflection. So I'm about, I would say, a quarter ball off of the point. And now we'll try the other side. So going to the extreme right edge, I will shoot perfectly straight. And again, what you'll see is there is some deflection, right? So again, I'm not hitting perfectly center diamond. I'm off about a quarter ball. Now let's see how well it breaks. And I'll start with the rack of 9 ball. So I'll just start a traditional cut break, trying to cut the 1 into the side pocket. So with my first break, 1 goes right into the side pocket, and the ball spread pretty well. Keep in mind, I don't slam my breaks. I have a very conservative, modest break. Even so, I'm still spreading the balls pretty well. In this case, I've made 2 on the break. As first impressions go, the cue is very well balanced, very light but strong. I can push it right through the zone. I'm able to get a lot of power without having to actually hit really hard. I'm actually able to even hit regular shots with it. So as you see here, I'm going to use the same brake cue just to make the 1 ball. This cue is actually pretty good. I'm actually able to not just make the 1, I could just make almost any basic shot. So as I continue to test the cue, I'm getting a very similar feel, just like when I use my BK Rush from Predator. I'm able to spread the balls really wide, and in this example, I'm actually going to, again, continue to shoot as if it was a playing cue. So I'm going to try the extreme cut here on the 1 ball. And as it turns out, I can make the shot even with the brake cue, right? It feels very similar to a playing cue, just with the phenolic tip. So obviously I run several racks of 9 ball, a few racks of 10 ball, and here I also try some 8 ball. So even with 8 ball, and as you saw, I did not swing hard. I don't throw my body into the break, but yet the ball spread pretty well. And again, taking the same brake cue and pretending it's a playing cue, I try to make a few shots. And it's pretty tried and true. The cue is pretty solid. Here I'm even switching to my left hand. And going left-handed, again, no problem, no issues with deflection. I'm able to kind of shoot with the brake cue as if it was a playing cue. It just shows me how solid and how firm the construction is. So to recap, even though I have a very simple braking style and I don't put a lot of power into my stroke, I got a lot of action off the brake. I'm almost always making a ball on the brake, but I'm also able to use the brake cue, as you see here, as a playing cue. And that just shows me that it's pretty solid. It's very straight on, I don't have to worry about deflection, and it's very similar to what I get out of the BK Rush. It's just half the price. So that said, it's a great bargain. A great value for your dollar. I definitely recommend it, but I'm curious to hear everyone else's opinions. So let me know in the comments below, and until next time.